From the very first breath we take, we are whole. Think about that for a moment. The moment we enter this world, crying and breathing under the wide expanse of sky. We are not lacking. We are not broken. We're not in need of being completed. We arrive with everything within us. All the pieces of love, awareness, and peace tucked inside the folds of our spirit. But life begins to whisper otherwise. It tells us to seek, to strive, to chase, to want. And so begins the search for meaning, for happiness, for validation, for love, for things we think we do not have. Yet, what if the peace we long for was never outside us at all? What if nothing has ever been missing? As we grow, we start collecting things, not just objects, but emotions. We attach to ideas of who we should be, cling to dreams, people, past mistakes, old memories, future worries, outcomes we want to control. Attach begins innocently. We love someone, and we don't want to lose them. We succeed once and want that feeling again. We fear pain, so we avoid change. We hold on, as letting go feels like falling. But here's the truth. Attachment is the root of suffering, not the love itself, not the experience, but the clinging, the needing, the refusal to accept impermanence. Let me take you back 2,500 years ago, under a bodhi tree in India, where a young prince named Siddhartha sat in silence, confronting this very truth. Siddhartha Gautama had it all: wealth, luxury, a palace, to keep out the harshness of the world. Couldn't hide suffering. When he saw sickness, aging, and death for the first time, he realized that life was inherently transient, always changing, always moving. He left everything: his family, his riches, his comfort, not to escape life, but to understand it, to understand why we suffer. For years he wandered, meditated, fasted, seeking enlightenment. And then, one still night beneath the Bodhi tree, it came to him. Suffering exists, but we are not condemned to it. Suffering arises from attachment to desires, to identities, to what we think should be. And peace arises the moment we let go. Buddha didn't teach to be cold or detached in an uncaring way. He taught us to love without clinging, to experience without grasping, to live without needing things to be permanent. In releasing the need for control, the illusion of lack dissolves. He realized, and then taught, that we suffer because we think we're not whole. But in truth, we were always whole.
Let me tell you the story of a woman named Lena. Lena spent her life searching for the missing piece. She thought it was love. So she chased relationships. Time and time again, in and out of relationships with partners, and she questioned herself. She thought it was a success, so she worked late nights, sacrificed her health, built a life that looked perfect on the outside. As long as I get there, I will feel better, she had thought. But in quiet moments, the ache returned. Something still felt incomplete. One day, after a painful breakup, she sat in her apartment surrounded by silence. Tears came not because of the loss, but because of the realization she had been living her whole life believing she was not enough. It was time for a change. She took time away from all distractions. She meditated. She sat with her thoughts, uncomfortable as they were. And slowly, she began to see the peace she was searching for wasn't in any lover, job, or status. It was in her being, in her breath, in the way the morning sunlight touched her skin, in a simplicity of making tea and watching the steam rise like a silent prayer. She began to understand. Nothing was ever missing. She had simply forgotten how complete she already was. She had been chasing things in the material world. From that place of inner peace, her outer world began to reflect the same. As within, so below. Non-attachment is not emptiness. It is not indifference. It is not giving up. Non-attachment is the freedom to feel without becoming the feeling. It is the power to love deeply without fearing the loss. It is the clarity to see the world as it is, ever shifting, ever beautiful, without the need to hold on. When we release attachment, we don't lose anything. We gain everything. Peace, clarity, awareness, freedom.